your jaw, shut the car, all up in the club.
I studied for this. Need any money. Got all the glory. I started the early 2000s biker world. We've been at war. I say we because I was a biker for some of it. I owned a hog for a few years. I bought it for 10 grand. I sold it for 2,500 just so the bikers had a tear in their beer. I'm a son of a bitch like that. Son of an asshole, sorry. Well, you men had enough because royalty is in monarchy. As in monarchy, they sit in castles and keeps and they're safe and sound from it all. And they simply haven't been bothered by the stuff. Internet came along in the early 90s. Microsoft came along, binary code, MS DOS, all this happened. Microsoft doing just fine. And, you know, just in case you guys forgot, this is on a computer over an internet connection, which was developed and, did happen from California, Berkeley, Southern California University, or something. I can't remember. I read about it, and people who, you know, Wozniakov has something to do with it. Was it him? Uh, Bill Gates' silent partner. I forgot all about him. There's a couple men that were big in the internet business in the early days that have passed on. I know their names. And Steve Jobs is right on the ground floor of some of it. He's the head of Apple and all that. Well, simply, I was on the ground floor of playing Diablo 2 and doing research to get 2 or 3 minutes. Brianna Banks and Crystal Steele. These are some of the greats. But where did they go? They got older and they had families and they got married. Okay, I don't know. But I did my time on the internet. My parents were at work, and I was on the internet, and I always knew someone was listening. So a good spy has a hint. I think someone's listening. A great spy watched the enemy at the state very closely. As a young man, at my grandmother's, maybe is that where it was? Is that they're going over the spies are going over all my old, and it's a lifetime of. I got great battalions of young men and women listening in and trying to figure me out. In the bathrooms of schools, there is no microphones, no nothing. And well, Paul Patterson, he held a knife to me, butter knife, and he told me one thing: "You belong to me, lad. You get away from the plan that I telekinetically put in your brain as a 3-year-old, there'll be trouble." I'm just kidding. He didn't say nothing like that. But well, I've been on the internet. I was on the internet up until about I don't know. I heard something about the Hells Angels and I had to go read about them. I couldn't, I heard somebody yapping about them here and there. The kids. I never really cared too much because, well, I was already a devout Elizabethan knight of my own with charcoal armor and blue eyes and a sword made of kryptonite. And that's where I remain still. But keep America in my mind as we're on YouTube, which is owned by Google, Alphabet, which is Larry, and Sergey's kind of, baby as it grew. And I was on Google from a long time ago. I think I heard it on Tech TV. My old man always used to play Tech TV, and I would listen. I was on Diablo 2 then, and I mean, it looked interesting. Dad was always quite interested. It's kind of a hint to get into the internet business. Well, I got into the internet business. They say billion an hour. I don't know if that's true. I'm just throwing that out there. But that's kept zero for a reason. Because it's not happening. It's secret. Because I waited 13 years to get back into the trade that I favored most, the White Widow business. Because I figured one thing, the fentanyl business is going to ruin the fucking world. So we better get everybody else on the White Widow here. Crank it up. As last year, February to February, I get everybody going on the partying again. And now everybody's a little bit sick and tired of the White Widow here for a minute, but the partying will start again. It's not the greatest, but it's better. At least some of it is derived from a plant. Some Mother Nature there. There's something with Mother Nature, and then as crystal meth is not, it's all synthetic. Be careful with that stuff, children. You stay in school. Simply shouldn't do this stuff unless you're 21 and over. And then you still shouldn't do this stuff. And the fake stuff you get on the internet, well, it's not good for you either. And last year, I was on the Abilify, which I didn't personally like very much. I lived in Vegas, better for me. And my rating was a lot darker and stranger with the Abilify in my system. Some people look back and they seen the change. I just like to look at myself and make sure I haven't gone evil. I like to keep a wicked atmosphere, and sometimes kind of wickedness, because I stand against evil. 636, the number of, yeah, as in a fuck you to him, and as a, end of days, there's a scene, that Margot might have found it, but we don't talk about that. I'm not her. I can't remember. Can't remember. But he was the old man and I'm the kid, and we're just trying to say one thing: please be safe. Put your guns down, and we're not at war anymore. We're at war with each other. Because we covered the whole map pretty well, damn near. Some countries wouldn't let you. No, the kid is the kid is his forces are just fine. Yeah. Which they not. I can't say what country that is because I don't know. But the chief, the chief did his best to try and get used to relax and settle down. Or he figured his time was on the way. 81 was too young, so he waited to 83. So, chief, may he rest in peace. The old man. And I am the kid. And I'm well equipped to handle this position because I waited 13 years, 2010 to 2023 to get back into. I tried once there in 2010s, get two ounces of crack, garbage, just garbage. It tries to sell me, but comes through Donnie, obviously. Glad they tried to have his input on it. Uncle Val's a good man. He's had since that picture, he has had personal interest in me and had to make sure he was in charge of me. And anything that happened in my family goes through him. So we have him roped there if you want it. Or you have a jump or a interrogation on the way. Yeah. Sometimes the predator is afraid that I don't know if the Freemasons want to get involved that bad. His father like figures on the Freemason. He's a good man. He fucked up. Christian Robertson wasn't acting alone. No way. He was on his way to do that week when I happened to see him. He didn't even think about that and didn't report to it. Nobody knew about that. I was on my pedal bike. I wasn't driving. I was a teenager. I see him walking through the mall. Jason, you know, of Surrey. He's from Surrey. Jason from Surrey. And I saw him walking through the mall, and there's North Hills Mall footage, buddy. And this might have been a blind spot. I might have found the footage. Maybe there was no footage. Right in front of the Save-On, or Extra Foods as it was, or Price Mart, or I don't know which photo it was on. I walk up to him and I ask him, I want a new weed connection, because I was already being ripped off in Price Sam. Me, I got ripped off in the price, always. My price went up, but everybody around me's price was lowered. And I always had to pay a little more, but the clientele always paid a little more. They didn't mind. And they just couldn't figure out how I kept making money. Well, very well known around as there's different last names involved in it. You know, Kavanaugh, Astor, Wayne Astor. Yeah. Uncle Val remembered him from my you, you figured it out and you're away from it. Good Peter. Hope you're not drinking too much. As I have stopped drinking for 3 days. I feel great. I'm gonna start getting back to the gym, fitness, steaming, and get away from just enjoying life. My cat's